Every day the news is full of stories telling us how kids are getting into more and more trouble. We hear about gangs and graffiti and vandalism, and we wonder what's happening to our youth. The recession has taken jobs and put more and more families into difficult situations. Programs are being cut everywhere, and hope for many is becoming harder and harder to find. These are just some of the facts that we're bombarded with daily, sometimes to the point where we just stop hearing them, if for no other reason than because it's too hard to listen to. But there are bright spots in our world, in our community. Ordinary people in everyday places, sharing their lives with each other and producing extraordinary results. They're changing the lives of families through their kids by investing their most valuable commodity of all, their time.
Hi, I'm Jordan Anderson. I attend Pleasant Valley High School and I'm a junior.
These young men and women.
My name is Francisco Hernandez. I am a past Boys and Girls Club member, and I currently work at the Boys and Girls Club of Chico.
All have a story to tell.
I'm Nick Carranza. I'm 16. I'm a junior.
About how people sharing their lives and creating a place to belong
My name is Mario Hernandez. I'm a teen counselor and I'm a student at Butte College.
can have profound impact on how the youth of today become the adults of tomorrow. This is their story about the Boys and Girls Club of the North Valley.
I started in 6th grade.
Well, I started as a member. I went there because there was a boxing program, Chico Boxing for Fitness.
Because I lived with my grandma at the time, and she didn't want, she had 4 of us, and she just wanted a break, so she sent us to the Boys and Girls Club for a while.
I didn't know about the Boys and Girls Club till high school.
It was across the street, and so they kind of they teamed up to help out kids go to that gym and learn boxing, but you had to become a member at the Boys and Girls Club first. And my friends started doing it, so I didn't want to be home alone every day after school, so I was wondering where they all were, and they told me, and so I started going there. And
I liked it a lot, actually. I always just played pool, pretty much. That was my favorite thing to do. Yeah.
Well, we had a card after school program, and it closed, it was going to cost too much. And then my friend actually, he showed me, he'd gone there a year before. And then I went to the orientation. I liked it since then.
One of my friends actually said, hey, there's this Boys and Girls Club, you should come and check it out. And, I just barely had met this guy, because I was out there, trying to make new friends, from the ones that I already had in my past. So I was just trying to, make new friends and see what was out there. And then he invited me to a Boys and Girls Club. And at that point, I was like, what is a Boys and Girls Club, So I went there, first day, I loved it. The main reason why I keep coming back and I kept coming back was the staff.
They weren't, they always wanted to, talk and, get to know all the kids and, interact with all of them instead of just, certain ones. It didn't matter, who you were. They always would, talk to you and play games with you, and it's pretty fun when you were younger. When I was younger, actually.
He was always there for me, pretty much. When I started going down the wrong path, he was there, that one that bounced me back. He was just the one that I could talk to. He showed me golf, and that's one of the great games I love now. He was there. He was like a dad to me. And now Mario's pretty much him now. But I still keep in contact with Cody. He's a good person.
everyone could relate to him. He was the nicest, scariest looking guy that worked there. And when I first went there, I kind of looked at him. He was intimidating, and then you start talking to him, and he's cool. He sticks in everyone's mind. You can't forget Hoppy.
I was originally born in Mexico. I lived in Mexico until I was about 2 years old, and then moved to Chico. Growing up, I didn't grow up in the best neighborhood. There was gang violence all around, drugs, and I was fortunate enough to have a family that saw all that was going around me. They kind of sheltered me a little bit, but still, when I'd go out in the streets, all that stuff was still there. It never left.
The main reason why I lived with my grandma is because of bad decisions my parents made.
I was kicked out of my high school. I got in a fight with my friend, over a girl. He tried to say it was over something else. Then they said I hit a teacher, which, right, I don't remember that at all.
I was hanging out with the wrong crowd. I don't know what was happening. I was just going down there. I just didn't know what I was doing. And then I'd go to the Boys and Girls Club after school, and he was there for me. He talked to me, and he used personal references saying that, like, he was down that path too, and look at him now, he's on the right track and doing good.
I was outside of our house. Actually, I was walking home from a soccer game, and before I got in the door, I heard gunshots, and soon enough, I realized that those gunshots were about, the guy who was shooting a gun was about 100 feet from me. So, that just kind of made me realize, like, I don't want to live through this again. I want to get out of here. I want to do something with my life. I don't want to be in this environment my whole life. And soon enough, I figured out that, the guy who shot the gun was actually a friend of mine. And it was at that point that I realized I'm not like him. I don't want to be like him, and I'm not going to be that. So I decided I'm going to do something with my life.
And the staff, too, at the Boys and Girls Club, they helped me out. Hoppy stood out. His programs, talking about the trouble we were going in while we were doing it. We discussed it with him in his program called Guys Time.
It was really when we started playing golf. That was the time that we both just would go out to the Skyway Golf and just have a blast out there. And me and my younger brother would go out there. And it was just a time that I realized there's something better.
Well, I'm an LIT. It's a leader in training, and I go over to the Boys and Girls Club and help out with the younger kids and interact with them. I like interacting with kids, and that's probably the main reason why I started Taekwondo, so I can work myself up to being a black belt, and so I can help with the younger kids that we have in the class.
I was acknowledged to be to represent the Chico youth for the teen center and help them go to nationals and everything. And out of everyone, I was selected due to my I'm always there. I always help the staff. I've always liked the place since I was little, and it's just been one of those places that I've gotten along with, and they're like my family now almost.
I graduated when I was 16. Graduated early. Started Butte College. I went and talked to Scott Dinitz. He said I could start becoming a volunteer and kind of LIT, leaders in training, mentor the other kids in the club. So I started doing that for a couple months, and then until they were hiring. And I talked to Joe Hale, applied for a staff job, and been here since 3 years.
I like getting to know kids. It's a big part. I feel like I'm a role model to them. If I get to know them and show them what's right and what's wrong, pretty much. And that's pretty much what I like about. I like being a role model in someone's life.
Just that one action of them being there can change the rest of their life. It doesn't have to be something big. You don't have to do something extraordinary. Just by showing support and being there for somebody, that's good enough to make them a better person and make them want to do more.
The staff, they're the most important there. They're different personalities, they're different attitudes, allow for a different mixture of kids to be welcome there. It's just not one size fits all. It's everyone's different. Everyone gets along with one person, two persons. Just depends on your personality, and they're probably the best thing there.
My life wasn't that bad compared to some of the kids that come to the club. They all have a different story. It's helped me grow. The things they teach me, the things I've learned, the trainings I've been to, you just take it all in and kind of spit it back out to the kids, kind of teaching them in a different way what I've learned. and then using what I've been through in my life, my experiences with my friends, my family, AFC, probation. I let the kids know what I've been through, and I am like them. And if they keep going down the paths they're choosing, that they could either go through what I went through or change it, because I'm letting them know before it all happens.
The Boys and Girls Club has changed a lot of kids' life. Like, kids that I knew that went out and did drugs and now go to Boys and Girls Club, they don't do that no more. They don't get in fights. They don't, like, do the stuff that they used to do after school.
This is the product right now. You know, you're looking at it right now, you know. You're looking at a 21-year-old, you know, who loves to work with kids, who, you know, who tries to make the best of life, and it's not out there, you know, causing havoc, you know, being in trouble with the law.
That's what we want. We want to help them out. We want to see them succeed.
Plan to go to Butte for 2 years, play softball with them, and get some college experience, and then go off to Oregon State.
Yeah, I want to be a juvenile probation officer. I want to help out kids who are in the same situation as me.
I plan to go to either Davis, UC Davis, or UCLA, get my pre-med study, and then go to med school. I want to become an orthopedic surgeon.
The way I see it is if my friend never, you know, invited me to the Boys and Girls Club, who knows where I'd be right now, you know?